Hi everyone! For the past year or so, I've been writing a Fortnite fanfiction about Marigold. It's called The Golden Curse, and I'm really proud of it. This is only part 1, parts 2, 3, and 4 come in the future. Now, on with the video! The Golden Curse, part 1. It was her first day as a multiversal agent. She had seen other agents going on missions, portal devices in hand, bringing people into the loop. And from the moment she joined the IO, she wanted to do that too. But soon, she will regret even joining the IO in the first place. Not that she had much of a choice. March 15th, 2018. Marigold was sitting in the food hall talking to Cora about hyperspace, when Sloan walked in. "Marigold," Sloan said, with a commanding voice. "Come with me. I want to talk to you about your first mission." Oh, okay, Sloan," Marigold said awkwardly, with a fry sticking out of her mouth. Marigold and Sloan couldn't have been any more different. Sloan was commanding, as head of loop operations at the IO. She had a dark complexion with dark, poofy hair and light brown eyes and round yellow glasses, usually opting for a very office casual style of clothing. Marigold, on the other hand, was nervous and unsure of herself. She had a very light complexion with fairly short black hair that tufts up at the neck with green eyes, while mainly opting for formal clothes. They walked along the corridors, avoiding the bridge, until they arrived at Sloan's office. "Now, this is a simple retrieval mission, perfect for a beginner," Sloan said. "I need you to collect an artifact called Aurelia's rifle. It's at this location." Sloan pushes a picture of an ominous cave in front of Marigold, along with a portal device. Marigold had held a portal device before when she and Agent Jones played pizza dominoes together, but this was different. This was beautiful. "That portal device will lead you right to the cavern. Are you up for the challenge?" Marigold thinks about it for a moment and then agrees. "Yes," Marigold says, more confident than ever. "I'll go on the mission." "Good. Now go and retrieve that rifle." Marigold pulls the trigger, and she was there. Aurelia's cavern. Marigold lit a torch and ventured into the cavern. Little did she know that things will never be the same again. The deeper she walked into the cavern, the darker it would get. But she kept on walking. At the end of a long tunnel, surrounded by coins and other golden trinkets, was the rifle. And behind that, a golden skeleton with beautiful golden hair and a golden crown. Aurelia. She appeared to be sleeping, but still alive. Maybe she's immortal? Marigold didn't want to find out. She grabbed the rifle, but before she could leave, she felt a cold, bony hand on her right wrist. She looked up, only to see Aurelia, her empty eye socket staring back at her. "Shh." Then Aurelia says just a single word. A word that's so simple and yet shook Marigold to her core. "No." Marigold dropped the rifle in fear, just to feel the coldness on her wrist spread to her hand and a portion of her arm. She looked over to see that her hand was golden. Before she even knew what was happening, Aurelia dragged Marigold across the cavern and thrown her into a cage, the impact of which broke her right leg. The cage was made of stone, with damp straw on the floor. There was no bed, no blankets, no pillows. The only furniture was a small table, which had 3 things upon it. A small box of candles, a matchbox filled with matches, the reason the straw was wet, and a candle holder. Other than the small amount of light coming from the barred window on the damp wooden door, there was no light in the room. So the candles were a nice gesture. But even with the candle, the darkness was overwhelming, and she was so filled with fear she could barely move. Her broken leg didn't help the situation either. Things went slowly. She would get water every day and food every 3 days. The food was the worst part. Aurelia insisted it was porridge, but in reality it was a gruel-like substance, so watered down and lost all flavour. The only good thing about the food was the bread. Sure, it was slightly crusty, but at least there was no mold. Aurelia thought that Marigold hated brown bread, but she loved it. But after a while, it all became sort of a routine. Marigold still hoped that the IO would rescue her. Until one day. April 15th, 2018. Exactly 1 month after Marigold was captured. Marigold's birthday. The day that changed everything. 12:30. Marigold is waiting for her food when she remembers. It's her birthday. She was happy for a moment until she remembered that nobody else was there to celebrate it with her. Well, there's Aurelia, but she doesn't care. Maybe, just maybe, Sloane and the IO will come and rescue her. But still, she waits. 1 o'clock. Marigold thinks about her friends. Jones. She promised that they'd do a rematch at Pizza Domino's. Core, her roommates. She was probably worried sick. And Sloane. She sent her on the mission. She must be at least slightly concerned. I mean, it's been a month. Surely a simple retrieval mission doesn't take this long. What if she's forgotten? Surely not. Her food still hasn't arrived. 1:30. She sees the tray coming through the small flap at the bottom of the door. Food. She rolls the bread into a bowl, puts it in the porridge, and sticks a candle in it. She lights the candle, sings happy birthday, puts the candle in the holder, and eats the food. The porridge actually tasted good with the bread dumpling, and maybe it was also the heat from the candle too. Or it was just that things taste better on your birthday. She didn't really care. For once in this cage, she was actually happy. However, this happiness would not last long. 2 o'clock. Marigold was finally treating the broken leg, using a broken table leg as a splint and wrapping it up with her tie, when she heard footsteps. Now, this was normal, but what came next was not. She heard a hollow message start, and when it started, she heard a voice. Aurelia, Sloane said clearly. Do you have her? Marigold's now golden eyes lit up with joy. Yes, Aurelia said. Marigold was listening eagerly, hoping Sloane would say something like, give her back, or so let her go. But instead, she said something so terrifying it shook Marigold to her core. Good. Make sure she never leaves. At that point, Marigold realized Sloane never wanted her in the IO. Marigold was petrified. She'd always thought of Sloane as a friend, but apparently Sloane didn't think of her the same way. Shocked at what she had just said, heard, Marigold started rattling the door, screaming, You said we were friends! This was a trap this whole time! I trusted you, Sloane! I trusted you! Why would you do this? Why would you talk to me? Tell me, please, why? Furious and Marigold, Aurelia opened the cage door, walked in, and scratched Marigold right on the right eye in her back. By the end, Marigold looked like she picked a fight with a feral cat. There was blood all over her back. Though her eyes didn't bleed, it hurt pretty badly for a few months. After that incident, she kept quiet most of the time. But she needed to sing to keep her sane. Luckily, Aurelia didn't seem to mind and actually seemed to like the music. But after her birthday, Aurelia would on Marigold's back anytime she got too loud. Of course, if you reach the bottom, there's a small chance somebody might pull you back to the top. The days turned into weeks and weeks to months, and before she knew it, 3 years had passed since she had first been captured. At this point, the fear had almost gone to her, but one thing prevented her from going insane. Music. But her suffering would not last long, for you see, there was a village nearby for camping. And Aurelia had been attacking the village for a few years at this point, and one day they decided to raid Aurelia's cabin. At this point, Aurelia had nearly forgotten about Marigold. So, when she had footsteps, it came as a surprise. At the time, Marigold was singing, and when one of the villagers overhears, the villager shouts, Hey, there's someone over here! And another one shouts, I have the keys! She hears keys being tossed and the door unlocking. After 3 years, Marigold was finally free. Hey, are you okay? Marigold hears from just outside the door. What's your name? A kind-looking woman with olive skin, dark brown hair, tied up in a loose braid at her shoulders. She looks down at Marigold. I'm okay. Marigold says inside. My name's Marigold. Nice to meet you, Marigold. The woman replies. My name's Alma. Do you need any help? Yes, please. Thank you. Come on, then. Marigold grabs Alma's warm hand and stands up. She walks across the cabin, finds her bag and portal device, and was about to leave when she sees herself in a mirror. She was almost unrecognizable after 3 years. Her hair was sagged down and oily, with clumped up strands and a knotted mess at the back. Her eyes were no longer green. The left one was gold from the curse, and the right one was white from when Aurelia scarred it almost 3 years prior. Her shirt was unbuttoned at the top, her waistcoat was a tattered mess, and her skirt was damp and dirty. Her tie nowhere to be seen. She was so skinny and malnourished, she could literally count her ribs. Instead of going to the IO at this point, she instead went with the village. There she had proper food, slept in a real bed, and could actually see the sun. But after 2 days, she returned to the IO. She felt weak and fainted in Sloane's office. Oh my goodness, Marigold! I thought you were dead! Where have you been? What happened? Sloane exclaimed. I was captured. I didn't get a rifle. I'm sorry, Marigold said, barely being able to talk. It's okay. Hey, medic! I need a medic! Stat! Thank you, Sloane. Marigold almost forgot about what happened on her birthday, but just as she passed out, she remembered. She wakes up a day later in her sleeping quarters, wearing a hospital gown. On the couch, there's a stack of clean clothes with a note on top. I promise the next mission will be easier. Marigold was happy she was back in the IO, but not for long. Marigold put on the clean clothes and ran to Sloane's office, eager for her next, hopefully easier mission. When she enters, Sloane says, "Good, you're okay. Unfortunately, I don't have a mission for you today." Okay, Sloane. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll go play Pizza Dominoes with Jones. No, he's out bringing bounty hunters to the island. I'll just find something else to do. Marigold walks away. It was like this for 2 weeks, until finally Sloane had a mission for Marigold. Sloane grabs Marigold by the wrist, which sends a wave of fear over her, and they start rushing to the bridge. I've never seen the 0 point before, Marigold said in awe. It's beautiful. Okay, so do you know why we're here, Marigold? Sloane said angrily. No, I don't. Is it for the mission? It's because I'm jealous of you. Marigold was shocked. What did Sloane just say? What did you just... I'm jealous of all the perfect agents. Who's Geno? Marigold asked. Never mind. The IO just has too many of them, and it's hard for people like me to even get very far in the IO. That's why I try to get rid of them as soon as possible. That's why I tricked you into retrieving the rifle so that Aurelia could capture you. You did what? Yes, I did that. Let's just get to the point. I do this because I'm scared that one of his perfect agents will one day take my position. That's why I go to such drastic measures to get rid of you. This is what you'll never understand. Can't you see, Marigold? Can't everyone see? It's always been obvious. You belong in the loop. Slim pushes Marigold into the 0 point. She can't escape. It's pulling her in. Things will never be the same again. End of part 1. See you next time for part 2. Bye!